Let's go, baby. First place. Everybody say it with me. Making sure my mic was working there, but everybody say it with me. 3, 2, 1. Rangers win, baby. 3-2 over... I don't know what I did there. 3-2 over the Montreal Canadiens. Huge win there. They squeeze it out, although they were dominating most of this game, thankfully. Until the third period, they decided to do their normal end of the game collapse, but then the power play got them going a bit again. So it is what it is. They squeak out the win. We'll take it, but they got to start getting their foot on the gas a little bit more here, because that was not necessarily the best win, but you did have some good looks. Filipino almost absolutely sniped one on the backhand after dangling past Montreal's defenders. You had some good chances, and then Strome in front gets robbed with the glove. So not too bad. But wow, this game got physical, and we're going to get into it. We're going to dive into all of it. I'm going to say it earlier in the video just because I feel like it might help out a bit. So leave a like on this before we get into it, and subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. We recap every single game here on the channel, and we do news, trades, whatever it is. And, you know, unfortunately, we talk about the Mets too, you know. So if you're a Ranger/Met fan, why are you not subscribed? So let's dive into the action here. In terms of the shot totals, 17-12. First period shots for the Rangers. I finally remember to put the TSN box score up for myself here for this reason. Shots in the second split at 9, and then 12-8 Montreal, leading to 34-33 in terms of shots in the game total. Rangers slightly by 1% were out face-off drawn, so that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Power play 0 for 3. Montreal, though, was 0 for 2. The power play had a lot of good looks, especially that last power play, which really kick-started the team to get them going a bit in the third period. You had Panarin shooting more. They were shooting a lot more, and it's going to lead to more chances, and they easily could have buried one there. But then the second unit comes on. The second unit is just not it, Chief. It's just not at all. The second unit struggles way too much. 27-23 with hits. This game got really fucking physical. How about that? You had Revo getting in his first fight. Loved that. Loved that. He did this after on the way to the box, getting the crowd hype, getting the team fired up, which I said that he needed to do at some point. Give the team a bit of a wake-up call here. Let's go. And then what was I looking at? Oh yeah, blocks 23-9 for the Rangers. My God. And then 6-4 Rangers with 4. So let's dive into, you know, what went down. First period, Kakko, he gets a goal. How about him? Great play by Panarin to set that up. And then Kakko, he's not missing that. Kakko, maybe he's getting some confidence, maybe something sparking, because they had plenty of good shifts before that, and for the remainder of the game. That second line's finally clicking the way that it was when you had Jesper Fast on the wing there in the 2019-20 season, and then Colin Blackwell last season. The line is finally clicking, and if Kakko could get going a bit, something might be brewing there. Something might be brewing, and it looks like he is getting going. Strome also gets it. So you got the bread, you got the butter, and you got the basket there, as I like to call that line. Second period, Dvorak opens the scoring for Montreal pretty early, so it gets tied at 1. But Kreider, not too long after, gets a beautiful feed from Zibanejad. How about that play where Trouba pushes him up the ice a bit? He almost fell on his ass, and that may have costed us there, but it ends up paying off, and Kreider scores. Guy's on the road he's on pace for 60 goals, they're saying on the broadcast. Unreal. And he could have had a second one tonight easily. What else happened really in that second period? I think the Revo fight happened then. I'm not really too sure about. I can't really remember anything else that happened there. Third period, pretty early, the scoring gets going. Julian Gauthier, how about that? He says, give me that bitch to Nick Suzuki. Takes that beautiful diving shot on the backhand. Maybe one of the top goals of the year. And that's crazy considering we saw Keandre about a week ago absolutely snipe one, top cheese. So that was sick until, unfortunately, Josh Anderson ruined that. Dvorak and Weidman, the defense got a little bit sleepy there. Niels wasn't on his guy. And on that first goal for Montreal, Fox not playing his man too well there. So that ended up leading to 2 goals, and things got a bit scary there, but they close it out. They got some good chances late. Like I said, after that power play, they got some pretty good chances. In terms of the penalty Barclay Goodrow took early in this game, that really sucked, because it looked like the Rangers coming out of the gate were strong, and to take a stupid offensive zone penalty was not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. But let's dive into the individual performances. We'll go line by line with this just to make it quicker. I feel like I could start doing that in these videos. So we'll go with the first line. Well, what I would consider the first line now, because it seems like they were, they started the game, started every period. So the Panarin, Strome, Kakko line seems like that's the first line right now. They were really solid. Like I said, all of them picked up 1 point. Kakko with the goal, and then Panarin and Strome with the apples on those. They end up getting about 18 minutes of ice time because the line or the minutes were split pretty even this game, except for really the fourth line. The fourth line got below 10 minutes, but other than that, it was pretty well split out throughout the game. But that line was firing on all cylinders tonight, creating chances, setting up plays, getting good shots off, especially Panarin on the power play. Him shooting more. I love it. The second line of Kreider, Zibanejad, Goodrow. You had Kreider and Zibanejad with points, Kreider with the goal, and then Zibanejad with the apple. So Barclay Goodrow, he didn't have... aside from the penalty, it was a pretty solid game for him. Like I say all the time, he does the little things you just don't notice. But Kreider with 6 shots on goal, man. He is unreal this season. I don't know what he's on this season, but he's unreal. I said it, though. Gallant he fits the Gallant mold perfectly. I'm telling you. And then the third line of Lafreniere, who is Hedel, right? And then Gauthier. Pretty solid game for them. They did spend a little bit too much time in the D zone in parts of the game. But when they were in the offensive zone, they were generating chances. And then Gauthier, of course, gets his goal. But then Hedel also did almost score that 1 goal. So they created some good chances. And the fourth line, they are way too overdue for a goal, man. Hunt, Rooney, Reeves, they are way too overdue. Reeves with 5 hits. They're forechecking so well every game. They are such an underrated line and so underappreciated by most Ranger fans. I think so, at least. So, yeah, I thought they had a great game. You had Lindgren, Fox, another day at the office for them, although Fox didn't get a point, so I guess you can't say it was another day at the office for him because, that's a bit of an off night, him not grabbing a point tonight. But overall, not too bad for them. Fox could have played his man better there on the Dvorak goal. Other than that, not too bad of a game for him. He had 5 blocks on the night, so not too bad. Lindgren ended up getting some blood in his nose. He had a bloody nose. No problem for him. We know that with Lindgren. He comes back. He's Ryan freaking Lindgren. Miller and Trouba, they've been looking a bit better the past few games, so keep that up. Shut me the hell up. Prove me wrong. Although Trouba, I think for the fight at the end, he had the 5 minutes there penciled in on the stat sheet, which is kind of stupid, but funny to me. It's going to be fun when these two teams play next, huh? And then you have Nemeth and Niels. Not the best night, not the worst. Nemeth did save a goal early in this one, which Montreal came way too close on some of these chances. But and then Igor, another great game for him. Nothing to be upset about there. Just doing Igor things. So let's get to Twitter. I do want to refresh, make sure that we get everything we got. All right, here we go. Ryan Ross says, fuck you, Brendan Gallagher. And then we got, which I didn't even talk about that for whatever reason. And then I have some replied saying fuck you to him. But yeah, towards the end of this game, Gallagher, for whatever reason, decides to sucker punch Barclay Goodrow. I mean, I've hated Brendan Gallagher ever since he broke Stepan's jaw in 2014. So this is what it is with that. I never really liked the guy. So this is what it is there. Anwar 10 says, thoughts on Gallagher at the end, just being a piece of shit. And, you know, I'm glad the team has each other's backs. In the past, they're not dropping the mitts. They're not doing shit there. In the past, they're just throwing their hands up, letting people get rocked. Now they're stepping up for each other, throwing hits, dropping the mitts. Loved it. Love it. I love the physicality from the team and the fact that they actually give a shit about one another, where David Quinn teams in the past, nah, not at all. Colin says, sorry, I just don't want to butcher your last name. Sheldrick, I don't know if I said that right, but sorry if I didn't. Says, what are your thoughts on the Rangers' way of play right now? Because I think this Gallant system is great. You're seeing flashes of it starting to kick into their game a bit. It wasn't really, you didn't really see it for a few games, but it's finally looking like it's starting to click in a bit. And it sucks losing a guy like Sammy Blais, because, he was a guy that really fit the system pretty well, in my opinion. But yeah, I think that they're starting to get the message, shoot the puck more, get in the blue paint, pick up the loose pucks there. That's how you score goals. That's how you win games. So I'm a huge fan of the system. And once it finally fully clicks in, I mean, the fact that we're in first place and we still haven't seen, what this team's full potential is with this system, which, by the way, can we stop the standings right now? Stop the count here, because love seeing us in first place right now, second in the league. So yeah, the fact that this team is doing it without reaching their full potential right now, either way, we're usually better in the second half. We've seen it the past few seasons. Hopefully it's not a scenario like the Mets, where this is the one year we're not good in the second half like the Mets did this year. Hopefully it's a scenario where we play like we did in the second half, because then that means we're clicking all season, and I'd love for that. New York Style 24 says, Brendan Gallagher pours his milk before the cereal. It's pretty ironic, because I'm pretty sure PK Subban does the same thing. I yelled that to him the other night, so I'm pretty sure. You also said, New York Style 24 also said, Gally is a bitch and Rangers win. We are on fire. Thoughts on Igor's game? Yes, sir, we're on fire. Please break the longest win streak we've had, because we've not had a 5-game win streak since the 2019-20 season. I'm pretty sure we didn't have it at all last year. I know that because I checked. So please pick up a 5th win in the row. Igor was great tonight. Can't really fault him. Maybe he could have had that second goal, but other than that, he was great, especially with the amount of pressure Montreal was putting on at certain points of this game. I thought he stood strong. Dylan Vincent says, where the hell is Kreider C? I'm still waiting too. You and I, man, we're waiting, but we both know he needs to get the C. And then Morgan Milton, thank you for sending it in, first time, says, thoughts on Gallagher is a bitch, no cap, no kizzy. It's a picture of Bill Pito during the 150, doing that as he always does. Where's the paper though? Does he have the paper there? Doesn't look like he has his notes there. But Yeah, Gallagher is a jerk off. That's what he is. And he's probably going to get the living shit beat out of him next time the Rangers play. Barclay Goodrow probably did not take that kindly. Looks like he's still salty about 2014, and he's salty about last year with Barclay Goodrow, it looks like. So a little bit of salt there from him. It is what it is. But yeah, now we're in first place. Now we play Toronto next. Igor probably gets a start considering Saturday's game ended up getting canceled. So you don't want to give Igor too long of a break. So I'd imagine he gets the nod next game. Then he plays Buffalo, and then I'd imagine Georgiev gets a start against the Islanders just because I feel like Benny's going to go for that just because of the track record against the Islanders. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, the boys are cooking. So that is it for this one. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, turn the notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go Rangers, baby.